Hello friends, Hash here again with another quick Java tutorial. Today we're going to be creating a mini ATM project where we can conduct different transactions, withdraw money, deposit money, things like that, or any option that you would like to actually put back there on an ATM machine. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and open Eclipse. We're going to create a class and we'll call this class, I'm not going to go into Maven. We're going to just create a class right here under generics and say ATM project. We're going to hit the main method so that way we can have spot there to run our code. We're going to declare some variables here first. So that's what the goal is, that pretty much to declare some variables here. Then we can create a scanner class. We can import the utility so that way it should prompt the user to input different or whatever option he or she would like to pick. So and then we're going to use the control flow statement. We can use the switch statement. Definitely you can use the FO statement. It's solely up to you. So what we're going to do, we're going to declare some variables here. Let's go ahead and declare some variables and then we'll go from there. I'm going to create one called this enter balance. That's pretty usual, right? And store like 1,000, 10,000, whatever into it. We're going to create another one called this withdraw. That's what my member does, right? So I'm going to call this withdraw and store 0 on this. And why I stored 0 here, I'll definitely explain that later. I'm going to create another one called this deposit and then semicolon. And as I mentioned, you can obviously create different variables with different operations that you would like the machine to operate. We're going to use the while loop here. We're going to say while the condition they would like to put, if this is true, braces. If the following is true, do the following for me, basically. We're going to say, let's say automated teller. Let's copy paste this, or you know what? Let's just do another one. It's gonna help us. We can say choose one for let's say for withdraw. And it doesn't have to be on the sequence. Let's copy paste this so that way we save time, right? We're going to do this, choose 2 for deposit. Coding, it's all about logic. You just need to know the concept. Other than that, it's fun. It is fun and fun. We're going to do 3 for, let's say, for check balance. And we're going to choose 4, let's say, to exit. Let's do another one. Call this pretty much choose an operation. Just focus to the structure. It's pretty simple. We're going to use the what we're going to do here. You know what? I really forgot to create a scanner class here. My bad. I was about to use the end method here. I was like, you know what? Where's my object, scanner object back there? Let's call this scanner class. Assign the new keyword scanner system.in. So it should allow us whatever we have to use from the utility. Hover over it and import the scanner class back here. Now we're going to store, we're going to create another variable here. And let's say end number. And then store n within our scanner class variable, the s sc back there and say dot next. This is one of the methods, right? So it allows the user or prompts the user to input an operation back here. And from here, what we're going to do is we're going to use a control flow statement here. We can use the switch statement. You all know how switch works and what's the purpose of it, right? Logically, it's pretty much like else statement. That's not a big difference at all. We're gonna store in here, and it's gonna switch and break through each option we pick. So let's see. The first option we're gonna ask will be like not bad. Not within the curly braces. I'm confident. I didn't want to even see that. I gotta create a case first. So we have covered cases or switch statement before. Say print this or prompt the user to the following operation. So we're going to ask the user to enter the money to be deposited, right, or to be withdrawn. We have to and we're going to put a condition here. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to say F, the balance variable that we created up top right here. If the balance is the balance is greater than and equal to what? Because we picked withdraw, right? So we got to pick withdraw here. Is greater than and equal to withdraw. Basically, what it's going to do, we'll say balance will be equal to balance negative withdraw. So you see the logic back here? It is so amazing. It is just it's super interesting, I think. Just put a semicolon, that should go away. There you go. And now we're going to print, obviously, the message that we have here. And it should say, let's say, what do we usually have there? Please click your money, right? Please click your money. There you go. Pretty simple, right? And you see the logic back here? It is so interesting. Or we can say else. If you don't have, like if a user or a member doesn't have money, right? It should prompt, let's say, insufficient budget. Or insufficient money. I'm sure the spelling is not correct, but you know what? It's not a big deal. I think it should be like that. You know how else if a statement works, right? It's just a control flow. You put different logics, and that's how it actually operations. Let's do another one. Let's print something else here. Let's say print something else back here for me. Just print this like an empty spot, just a line. I'll just do that. You know why? Because I'm using the switch case, so I have to break here. I think I assume I have to break here. I think I have to break so that way I can jump it over to case 2. If you guys remember, we worked last time on case. It was pretty logical and how it worked. You know, it was fun to play with case or switch case statement. All right, so here what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to remove this. That way I get rid of the error from there. We're gonna print something like, let's say, we're gonna use exactly the same logic here, enter money to be deposited. We're gonna be following the same exact pattern right here, will be actually covered back here. Exact pattern. This is just for the depositing money basically. And same pattern, right? Deposit. Make sure your variable names that you actually put are accurate. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna come back to our variable that we created in our scanner class, and we'll store the same method within our deposit variable, or basically storing within our SC scanner class variable the deposit variable. Let's put it that way. And again, balance. So see the logic back here is pretty interesting. And what I was trying to explain was that what makes it very interesting, the way how codes or variables are declared and they're initialized or instantiated, right? So here's what we're gonna do. As I mentioned, we came through our second case, and we exactly followed the same pattern, but now it's going to be for pretty much depositing money. So in order to do that, obviously we have to come up with a different pattern, right? It's for deposit, right? So we have to consider kind of changing a little bit the logic, right? So balance equals balance. Plus deposit. You see this? So if you pay attention, you would love to look at through the code. So that's how we actually structure the code. And if the money is accepted, right, in the machine, it should actually print something, and it should say your money has been successfully deposited, right? So it really makes sense. You see the pattern? It's just like the same thing. You just keep repeating the exact same pattern or the exact same code. We're going to just put a line here again, just have it back there. We're going to do another break here. I think so, yeah. We have to do another break here. So that would be a jump over to our third case. Let's say case 3. What we're going to do is we have, you know what we can do? We can just prompt the user straight to the exit option as we have it in Java, right? So, and we put 0 there. So there you go. We do Control A, Shift F to pretty much format my code. There you go. Pretty simple, right? We declare variables. We use the scanner class. We use a while loop back there, and pretty much ask that if the statements that we have below or listed here, if they're true, obviously print me the following messages. And then we declared another variable and declared another two variables, matter of fact. One variable is already created back there in the scanner class. We create another one so that we can use then our switch statement. And then we use the FL statement pretty much for the relevant operations that we actually ask, that would ask the machine to conduct for us. Let's go ahead and run this and see if it's going to run to, there you go. Let's see. All right. So we are having an error back here. Let's see where the error is, and then we'll fix that problem. I'm confident it's probably the curly braces I'm missing. There you go. So you got to keep in mind when you're coding. So I created local variables, right? You could create actually instance variables too back here within the class. So this is our class back here. But whatever we have within the main method, they are created locally. So let's run this again, and then we should not receive the error again, and I think it's keep doing it. I don't know why. We should be able to figure out what is really going on here. What are we missing? I don't think I'm missing anything here based on the concept that I had. And I don't see any errors here too. This is pretty funny. Okay. You know what? I think I have to do another thing here. Within this, I think I have to do, yeah, I just prompt the user straight to that. I think I have to come up with another logic here, or pretty much another statement, and say, but I hope it's gonna help. I'm thinking, I don't know. I think this could be the reason, but I could be wrong. Let's say plus balance. It should print that. Probably maybe we don't have another break here. Let's give it a try. Break. And then I'm going to have to change this to case 4. Let's put this in case 4. Right. And then, my bad, sorry. I put case 1 back there, and I'm telling myself that case 4, right? So yeah, this should actually do it. I don't know what is really going on with this. A lot of time it doesn't operates the way you want it to. Matter of fact, I followed the pattern perfectly fine. What I can do is I can actually copy paste this within another class. Let's create a class here. This is pretty funny. Yeah, it was not supposed to do this. Sometimes it does happen. It's just the compiler does not help. I can't have two main methods here, definitely. Answer this phone too. This is crazy. This is super crazy. It shouldn't do this. This is so funny. There you go. It's so funny. So it's perfectly fine now. We have the options and pretty much it ran through. I mean, it's the compiling thing, and sometimes it does give you a hard time, but you have to be one of those, right? So you gotta go look through it and then find out where the error is. Yeah, don't give up. Don't never give up. Never give up. Just always logic. Use different methods and then find out what is really going on, right? So um, yep. So now we have the options. Let's pick option one. Um, see, please collect your money, right? Or enter your the money to be withdrawn, right? So we have 1,000 there, right? Let's enter $100. $100. Okay. Now we have picked our operation option, right? Choose an operation. So let's say um, deposit, right? So let's pick one of the options here. Let's pick deposit for number two. Let's pick number two. Enter the money to be deposited. Let's say $12. Your money has been successfully deposited. There you go. So let's just check the balance, right? Let's put 3. You see, I have $12 on top of $1,000 that I had. It's pretty funny. It's I think kind of mini ATM as I mentioned earlier at the beginning, but it's fun. It's fun. Just create a class. Obviously, you can put tons of operations here and options. Matter of fact, that's what I meant. And then obviously create a scanner class, and then just create a while loop, and then it's going to go through all those particular options that you're going to be asking or pretty much prompting the user. And yep, this is how you can apply this. Thank you so much for your time. It was fun, but I didn't like the last part that it kind of messed up and the compiler could not compile the code for me, but I was able to actually uh, pretty much copy paste the whole class into a different class and I worked through. Thank you so much for your time. You have a great day. Thanks.